All right, class is back. We're back at it again. I want to touch base on what I talked about last time. This is for a lot of my content creators and a lot of my college students, right? I've been a professor for about 4 years now. One of the biggest things in college is you're going to find your voice. That's one of the benefits. You usually take a class like public speech, somewhere where you find your voice. Now, a lot of my content creators, this is different because college, a lot of the time, is theory, where what I'm doing right now, a lot of what I coach, a lot of my students are doing with the content situation is being a practitioner. So, as far as a creator, let's talk about one big thing. We talked about support. Why people might not support you, mainly friends and family, right? When it comes to strangers, those opinions don't really matter. Who cares, right? They're going to keep it moving. They're going to do what they're going to do, right? Now, here's one of the biggest things I had to come to the realization of is people will put you in boxes, right? A lot of the time you get put into a familiarity box. Like, this is familiar. I might, in my mind, like, oh, you're the shy person, right? Or like, oh, you're the troublemaker, right? So I put you in this box. You're the one who always needed help, right? You were always the broke friend, right? So anytime that you evolve past that box, it kind of sets me as a person back. Maybe not consciously, but it affects me subconsciously. It could be my ego, right? Where it really will disrupt some people is emotionally. As you climb up certain ladders, what happens is it gets rid of their hierarchy in their mind. They might think they're above you in a certain area, right? You go to them for advice, and then as you start to climb up a certain ladder, they're like, oh wait, so if they don't go to me, then this threatens my identity, right? So this really isn't personal. This is more psychological for people. When you grow, people might still be attached to that old version of you. So here's what really happens. There's a lot of different energy dynamics, right? There is the emotional side of things, where people basically, they have what I would say like emotional equity. They feel like they have a sense of entitlement, right? So if I have a sense of control, right, I'm entitled to have a certain perspective of you. When you outgrow that, I lose that control, right? That basically means I'm giving up, I'm surrendering, right? I'm surrendering control to who you used to be, right? Now, a lot of the time how this will work is people aren't just going to tell you like, oh, you've changed and now it threatens me. No, they're going to silently watch. They're going to watch. They might, maybe mimic some of the stuff you do. They might try to do their own content and it's like super exactly like it. They might start applying for the jobs that you work at, right? When I started being a professor with my master's degree, a bunch of people hit me up like, hey, how do I do that? Because if you can do it, that means I can do it. And I was like, wait a minute, there's more to the story than that. There's a lot of different parts of the career that go into place, right? Now, what I noticed was a lot of mimic and a lot of people trying to basically do the same thing. Then another side of it where people basically just silently watching but never really acknowledging, right? So they see it, they see the transition, but they don't want to support the movement, right? Now, when you're someone who's on the creator side, right? You're building something, it could be on social media, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is. When you're on the creator side, you're different than the one consuming. Now, the biggest thing that you need to realize is it's not your job to chase support. Your job is to make yourself visible, right? You make yourself visible, the right support's going to fall in line, whether that's friends, family, or just strangers, right? Every time that you put something out, you're basically stepping out of being put in a box, right? You're stepping out of your smallness, right? You're not shrinking to other people, you're stepping into your own, right? So basically, the biggest thing I would say is when you go into this creator space, not everyone is going to be on board with the new version of you, and that's fine. Not everybody has to. You're not trying to prove them wrong, right? You're basically trying to prove to yourself that you were never supposed to be in this box that people put you in. So I hope that little think piece helps. Trying to do a little bit more, a little bit less with my whiteboard I used to have, but I'm hoping that it's a helpful tool.